back for another warm-up show with hockey coach, Joe Coach Francis, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand on the Monday night, April 3rd, 2023. We have to go all the way to Toronto to find our co-host for the next 2 weeks with our warm-up show, Mr. ENORTAP, back in the house.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. We're back at it, Coach. Another big week coming up. This will do it all. Decide most of these races.
It's getting closer and closer, Mr. ENORTAP. A lot of action, a lot of very important game this week on the program in NHL. Yeah. Honestly, it's fun race and around the wild card spot number 1, spot number 2. Some team pick it up a couple of points this weekend. Some lose some points this weekend. Some got injuries, major injuries, and around the league. And they have some kind of race for the trophies too. At some point, like Norris Trophy is not easy to find. The Calder Trophy is not easy to find. The Coach of the Year, you can give Boston, but I don't think so. It's automatic over there too. So we have a fun thing. The Vizina is another one. So a lot of things to play for the next 2 weeks in NHL. So tonight, a quiet night, only 3 games around the league. But after that, you're going to jumping like many of them. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday next week, we're going to have a lot of games on the program. The 32 team, I think they are in action that evening. And then next week, we have only the last week of the NHL. So it'll be interesting what's happening. But again, last weekend, we have a couple of very important games happening. And then we have a couple of subjects. A frustration team like the Washington Capitals, the Ovechkin, some team already, already out of the play of the season already. The mindset is not there. Some kind of pushing around. You can see players, some frustration left and right. The injury continues to all around the league, and sometimes some of them show how warrior they are. They don't want to give up. I've been doing an example like Brendan Shine yesterday. He got hurt 3 times during the game. He had no reason to stay in the game, but that shows he's a kind of the player he is for the St. Louis Blues. Another team got out of the playoff, the St. Louis Blues and the Washington Capitals. So a lot of things to talk about on this one. What about the owners with Reynolds and the 6th group of the people who want to buy the Ottawa Senator? That's another subject. So we have a lot of great contents to bring to everybody in the chat tonight. And Montreal Canadiens, the list of the injuries just continues to increasing day after day. You bring one player, 2 more. You bring another player, another one. Then come kind of modification of the show. Some kind of decision they're going to do for the next couple of games. And we'll talk about Montreal Canadiens news the next couple of minutes. But, first of all, Mr. ENORTAP, we have to welcome back everybody in the chat. So let's further ado to welcome everyone to go through this.
Let's do it.
I want to congratulate last week, by the way, last Friday, we have a 4 games. So they have some kind of people go in the jail. Some did go on the bus. Again, we have the leaderboard to talk about. Mr. ENORTAP,
yes.
For what's going on over there. So really full,
and a big surprise. A big surprise.
Really full the leaderboard we have, information we got for night. So first of all, let's go to Ottawa to find our friend Claude Richard back in the house.
Welcome, Claude.
Yeah, absolutely about that one over there. And directly from Ottawa is the neighbor, Mr. Vinny James 007. Knock the door. Welcome back.
Vinny. Welcome, Vinny.
From Finland, back in the house, Mr. Jarmo Vartinen. Welcome back in the house.
Welcome, Jarmo.
The moderator, Mr. ENORTAP, back in the house for Luciano Graziano. Welcome back, Mr. Luciano Graziano.
Welcome, Luciano Graziano.
We call him the Captain Kirk, Mr. ENORTAP, back in the house.
Welcome, Ryan.
From Denver, downtown Arvada area, Mr. Willie Snyder.
Willie.
Maybe he's in the subway. We don't know. Maybe in the bus. Maybe in the truck. We don't know. One thing we know, the Rottweiler is back in the house, Mr. ENORTAP, Gary Cournoyeur.
Gary, welcome.
There we go. See, he's walking directly from Denver, downtown. This one, a little bit more Parker area, I believe. Whatsoever is, I'm talking about Steve G is in the house.
Welcome, Steve.
From Halifax, want to see two games at the QM. Halifax have a good weekend overall, and he watched the Laval Rocket. Mr. Nautap, he gave us all the information what's going on with the Laval Rocket. He's back, waiting during the time. He's waiting for the dinner. Wait for the Demetra finish the dinner. I'm talking about the Master Rick Bengal is in the house.
Sir Rick, welcome.
And then we have a special thanks for ENORTAP. You're welcome. Matt Murray, Fantasy Hockey, not good. Injury again, Yamo. Montreal, Mishkov Express. Here we go. And our friend, Mr. ENORTAP, we have to mention him because without him, this show and anytime we turn on this show does not work. I'm talking about the only one. RJ Calabro is back in the house.
Hello, RJ. Welcome.
From the medicine, back with us. Always great to have a conversation. We have Rick, you bring a lot of knowledge. Sean McIntyre always brings something great about the Montreal Canadian. Welcome back.
How's it going, Sean? Welcome.
A lot of injuries, Mike Sean. You're absolutely that is not looking good about that one over there. And hopefully, if they have a great weekend of ENORTAP, like you did, I'm sure you have a great weekend of watching everything going on around the NHL. What a great show last night, by the way, Mr. ENORTAP. You bring on the table again on the Ab Nation Live Tonight show. We talk about Sven Ting, and then the people talk about Michael Pesada. I figure out maybe Pesada is on MVP. After the show, I look about that. So maybe they put Pesada on the MVP. But no, it's all about what caught your attention during the weekend. I'm going to give you a list of the team, not a 3-star of the week, but I'm talking about the team doing well at the top and the bottom. And Edmonton Oilers, the Calgary Flames, the San Jose Sharks, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Florida Panthers, the Winnipeg Jets. And at the bottom, they are at the bottom, the standing. They consider with 8 straight loss. Chicago, Anaheim, Montreal, and Arizona, and you look about those teams, there's not looking better for the next couple of games for the rest of the season. Maybe 1 or 2 where they play each other, like Anaheim, Arizona play 1 game, but otherwise it's not looking good, Mr. ENORTAP, for those teams. So give us a bit more what pay attention on the weekend, and we're going to complete with a star of the week after that.
For sure, Coach. I mean, let's start with those bottom 4 teams that you have listed there. And actually, any of the teams that are in the bottom, I say 5 or 6 in the NHL at this current time. If you look at their last 10 games, you're going to see that they're anywhere between 4 and 6 to, 1, 8 and 1, I believe is the worst case out there. And that I think was Chicago. So these teams right now, they've kind of pretty much settled into where they should be. With all due exception to San Jose, who for some reason, decided to go out there and win 3 games in a row, and kind of messed up their own seeding. But I don't think that they'll go any higher than they are right now. I think they're pretty much settled in the 30th spot. It's gonna be interesting how these fall out. The only thing is, these teams, like you take a team like Arizona, I believe they still have 3 games left against Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. So it makes it a little bit unfair if they don't come to play for those games. It kind of, it doesn't lend itself to the competitiveness of the season if they're just going to mail it in. And a team that ends off the season with those 3 games is going to be in a distinct advantage. I think one of their games is tonight, Seattle and Arizona, and then I think they have 2 more, one in Arizona, one in Seattle. So yesterday we said maybe Seattle's in trouble. Well, I don't know. It depends if Arizona comes to play or not, and that'll have to do with possibly where they want to finish in the standings. and so that's where we are there. Those are the bottom dwellers. The top dwellers there, coach. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Edmonton. A couple games where defensively, and it's hard to even say those words when we say Edmonton, but defensively, they've been very, very responsible. It's yes, of course, Skinner has played very well. Even Campbell got a shutout on the weekend, but it's more than just the goaltenders. It's their entire team commitment to defense, knowing that they're a team that can obviously put the puck in the net. They're working on where their deficiencies are, and so far it's looking pretty good. And can you imagine if they can sort of maybe not perfect, but at least improve on that aspect of their game? They're going to be a tough out in the playoffs. Then we look at the two battles for the wild card, or more than two battles, but the two conferences and the battle for those wild card position. In the East, we have obviously the Islanders, Florida, Pittsburgh, and you can't exclude Buffalo just yet because they have the two extra games in hand. So it's going to be hard, of course. They probably have to win all their games and still hope that somebody helps them out. But um, I don't know. Maybe the Islanders shouldn't play on a weekend anymore because they have a tough time winning games on the weekends. During the week, they're very invincible, but during the weekends, for whatever reason, they don't translate. Like they had a little bit of a cushion, and they kind of gave it up now. They're only, I think, 2 point. Is it 2 points ahead of Pittsburgh or one? I don't even remember at this point.
The
I
Islanders.
Yeah, I think it's only 1 point ahead of Pittsburgh and two ahead of Florida, maybe.
Yeah.
It's really, really close. So,
One game, and
uh, the,
they play already one game over.
right, exactly. And so they're not out of the woods. I thought they were, but I still have confidence because I think of the three teams, they probably have the best goaltender, and that's what's going to get you through. In the West, of course, we have the never say never and never die Calgary Flames, who seem to be out of games, and then all of a sudden they find it within them to come back and either win in regulation or in overtime, and they're staying in this race. Um, but I also want to give credit to Winnipeg because when we were talking last Friday or last Thursday, actually, they looked like they were totally self imploding, to the point that, Bonus even came out and sort of said some of these guys think they're giving their all and they're delusional if they think that. He kind of threw some of his leaders under the bus, but they've responded very, very well. And it was capped off with an impressive, and I mean impressive, 6-1 victory over the New Jersey Devils. Not too many teams this year have put a trashing on the New Jersey Devils. And I know they were on a back to back, but you got to give them credit. They're at home. They came out. They took care of business. Hellebuck did what he had to do, and it's going to come down to Wednesday night. And it's I think it's a more urgent game for Calgary than because of the tiebreaker than it is for Winnipeg. But still, I think Winnipeg will want to sort of put this to rest and win this in regulation time. The worst case scenario is they tie and go
I'm
into
going to
overtime.
predict this, Mr. Top.
Go ahead,
Calgary is going
and
to
I'll see
lose
if I agree.
4-3 in overtime. Now
Who?
you're going
Who?
to be excited. And then after that, Calgary have a really, really easy schedule. Like they can win
Yeah, they
all the
do.
rest of the game after that. And the Winnipeg Jet have to play Minnesota and Colorado after that. Of the three games they're going to, they have to play Nashville. Then you have to play San Jose. I got that one. But after that, Minnesota, Colorado. At that time, Calgary have only Nashville and San Jose. So they have the same schedule following the game,
Yeah,
uh, the Winnipeg Wednesday night. So it's not like Calgary is out. And then they play Chicago tomorrow. And then Wednesday, Winnipeg, and they play Vancouver. So if you look about all those kind of schedule on the 5 game, Calgary is a bit advantage about that. So if
Yeah,
they lose,
schedule
Calgary
wise.
need to
Yeah,
lose only by overtime and not losing by 2 points.
exactly. I mean, the critical game for them, yes, of course, Wednesday, it goes a long way in determining how this ends up. But I think the critical game is tomorrow for Chicago or for Calgary, because they play Chicago at home, and so they can head into Winnipeg tied, and they're still behind because of the tiebreaker, but they'll have a little bit easier schedule, as you said.
If you
But if
look
for
about
some reason
Winnipeg, I think them they cannot lose because of schedule.
Winnipeg,
Yeah,
Winnipeg has they have Calgary, the Sharks,
Vancouver,
Nashville,
Nashville,
and then they have,
Minnesota, Colorado.
yeah, yeah. They have. I think if they defeat Calgary, if they
Well,
go
that's the point.
500
Like they
after
cannot
that,
lose
they're
against Calgary.
no. It's such a critical game.
Exactly. We have a few people knock the door, Mr. Top. Joseph Laham is in the house, directly from Houston. Welcome back, Mr. Joseph. The real deal, no deal, is in the house with Devin Levi. He bring him with him all the time in the show, Mr. Top. So we want to thank him. And right now, Mr. Top, he started this yesterday, Mr. Top. He's right now, for what we heard, we follow the white Nissan with the throne that go around over the 95 highway right now on USA. It's going to be in Florida around approximately 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. If you don't stop too many time on the rest area, I don't know, the kid want to go to the rest area sometime, may eat some kind of chicken wing from his wife. We don't know. The only thing we know, Mr. Tap, he's right now on the 95. I'm talking about Dixon Automotive Group is in the house.
Welcome, Dixon.
Couple of 20 hours of driving, Mr. Tap, from Ontario all the way to Orlando. So great vacation. Enjoy your time over there. Great to having you aboard to stop by to say hi to everybody. And glad to have everybody. So great point about this, Mr. Nartap. Yamo said, but I Colorado put Jonah Owenson goal. They can't lose to anyone. The last few games, we never knew what could happen. Honestly, next week about that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You mentioned a lot of great things happening on the weekend, Mr. Nartap. So thanks to catch up. That will give us the Monday. The Monday, what we do, we give you the 3-star of the week in NHL. Tampa Bay is back because the man is back. That's simple. The only one carrying on that team for over 3 years is this guy, the goaltender, Andrei Vasilevsky. You can tell me Kucherov, Point, Sankos, Killorn, and Edmund, Sergachev, Cernak, and Maroon, and Petrie, and everybody else, right? But Cyril Lee. But is the man of the man, is a guy who can carry on that team on his shoulder all day long. And that was a Toronto Maple Leaf a little bit worries. That's not helping because Vasilevsky is back with 3 W last week at 2 shootout of the 3 game. And that's what he does, and that's what he did for the last 3 years. Andrei Vasilevsky, the first star of the week, followed by the Leon Draisaitl, 8.4 game, so a 2-point average per game for Leon Draisaitl, crossed the 50 goal mark, and then he's about 4 goals behind the power play goal, the most by one season by Tim Kerr. And Draisaitl, he player went behind, always behind Connor McDavid, but he bring a lot on the table. Finally, the third star for David Pastrnak, 6.4 game, hat trick one night. He's about over 56 goals, I believe he is. And he continues performing for the Boston Bruins. That's the reason Boston have a great year. Those, now, you can say Draisaitl, Pastrnak could be on the nomination for the MVP behind McDavid, but you can give the trophy to McDavid because that's happening, Mr. Natap. For the 3-star of the week. So that's in there. We have a couple of people talk about this. Georgia is going to be rested. And then we have Pastrnak. Sure, delivery this season. You're absolutely about this. And a couple of people talk. Most forgetting a defense prospect, Norlander. I don't think so. He have a chance for the Montreal Canadiens, Rick. For my opinion, Matthews Norlander not better to Jacky, not better to Madison, is not better to Cooley. on my side. Obviously, the injuries make him who he is. He become in NHL, and is another Saku Niku Saku. What it was that Saku Niku? What the guy they got like for
Oh,
Winnipeg Jet?
Niku.
Yeah.
Yeah, Niku.
That those kind of Finland players like defensemen like that or Sweden come in the league and they don't have those kind of physicality with them and they have a difficult time to adapt at the North America. He's not the only one. The injuries make him where he become. Listen, as a defenseman, I think you cannot give up. I will agree with Rick about this. He remind me. I will give you another example. And for the benefit for him, I think that would be the best wing for him. Remember, like Valimaki played for the Calgary Flames
Absolutely. Yeah.
a year ago, uh, 3 years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, maybe three, whatsoever. Uh, he have a really good year with Calgary Flames. Calgary last
Yes.
season have a great year with Kellington, Danev, Zadorov,
Anderson. Yeah.
Stone and Anifin and Anderson. And the defenseman last year was really good in Calgary Flames. He have a broken leg. We have a problem with the knee, I believe. He missed the full year without that. And because they have too many defensemen with Wegar and everybody else, they have to give up one of them. And they gave up Vali Maki and they sent him to Phoenix. They sent him to trade him to Phoenix and send that one of the best defensemen underrated in NHL. Nobody talk about this, and the reason why you know that reason not doing well. They always talk about Keller, Cruz, or the goaltender, but they check run or Kobichar, but nobody was talking about Valimaki. And Chikron left and Kobichar left. You can see the value of Valimaki. That's what it could happen with Norlander if he find a way, he find his groove to play at the next level. That's what it is because talent-wise, really great skater, really oriented offensive players, great on power play, can pass the puck, great vision, good shot. It's just the physicality of him. A little bit like Justin Barron, and I can call this a bit like a Barron for him. It's a second round pick for the Montreal Canadiens. I think it was 42, 46. He was the draft. I think he is the guy was on the second round pick from the Vegas Golden Knight at rate with Max Pacioretty. Could be wrong here, that because now you take me a lot on my head. But here we go, Rick. We'll give you a little bit more information about Matches Norlander. So thanks so much to bring him Norlander and the table tonight. Stu Pirazzo in the house.
Hey, Stu.
Thanks so much to be a part of the show. Don't forget to go about the Nia calendars. Yeah, really. It will be interesting what happened with them. We have Leonardo Ramirez in the house.
Welcome. We don't forget about the Islanders.
Great question, Leonardo, about that. Now they make the playoff. The good thing about this, but not a good thing. What they need to do is to be sure, Leonardo, they have to finish first in the standing. They don't want to play the Kings. They don't want to play the Edmonton because the two teams are hot. The last couple of weeks for Edmonton, but the Alexandre King is the whatever they lose 2 games straight last week. They are hot since February 11. So for them, Leonardo, it's all about finishing first place for them to have a better chance to go through the round number 1. About that one there.
Yeah.
You're out Kaprizov, lower body, RJ. Give me Salud or Winnipeg. That would be the right things about that or any other team about that. By the way, Niku won the defense most point in the Finland. Good season for him. Yeah, that's the kind of player can very well about this. William McClary is in the house, Mr. Tap.
Welcome, William.
You're absolutely about this one over there, and I play same game each other like in Europe, yeah, if not under Yamo. And again, for Norlander, Mr. Top, I don't watch him a lot. And again, he have another season this year with injuries, to give you a little bit like what he look like now, but for what we heard, everything like that. So that's happening. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't mind. That'd be awesome. Mr. Top, we have a lot of things to talk about tonight. For let's move on, everything like that. I think we have a bus, right, Mr. Top?
Yes, and I noticed, Coach, on there. Maybe I made the mistake, but I think Luciano had 3-1 as well on Friday night, I think you have him listed as 2-2, but that could be my mistake, not yours.
Yeah, on the board I have 2-2, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. So I think he was, maybe he can let us know, but I think he was 3-1 on Friday, so he should be on the bus as well
But
with all of
anyhow,
us.
you are, I am, Yamo is,
Yeah,
and that's the good
yeah.
news about that. Following by Ron Kings 20, another moderator. Vinny 007 is with us tonight. He's on the bus. Richard Mullen continues to have his good season overall. And Danny T is going to be the driver. We put him in the bus anyway. And Rand K, the Captain Kirk, is in the house with 3-1. And then if Luciano is welcome on the board. And let's move on, guys, for the boss. Here we go. Unfortunately, the boss will be out tomorrow because we have only 3 games and no jail for everybody. So that's good news to hear that, Mr. Laptop. About that. Did you talk about Arizona situation about getting a new arena? Yeah, no, we talk about this, not specific tonight, but about the fact like they are still waiting for May for the vote before they get confirmed about that situation, Leonardo, about Arizona at Temple. Rick talked about the underrated Montreal Canadian defenseman William Trudeau. One of them, I think Adam Angstrom is another one. But William Trudeau, what a great second season he has with the Laval
Yes, yeah.
Rocket. 4 points again this weekend, two game but 2 assists. He stepped up with all the injuries like many others did with the Montreal Canadiens, example like RHP. But that's happening with William Trudeau for the Laval Rockets, Mr. Natap. So what? By the way, Laval
They're
Rockets
starting to
step
look
up at the
good.
right time.
Absolutely, just like last year.
Yeah, absolutely. About this, Luciano is 3-1 confirmed. About that, going to the live game tomorrow night. If you need a live report, oh, amazing, William. Enjoy your game tomorrow night. The Rocket way on the leave play tomorrow night. We have Roger knock the door, Mr. Tap. Welcome back in the house.
Hey, Roger, how are you?
Our friend Nicholas Carlson, 8 points and 9 playoff game. Only the Sidon got more ever draft eligible playing. So right, the kid is on fire. Glad to hear that. Good for him. Again, we little bit difficult about him yesterday. Maybe a little bit tough on him. But again, we talk about a super elite players. We don't talking like I always said. He could become a Matt Sunding in NHL. That's how I really feel his potential could become in NHL if he turn around to be that way, Mr. Top. So any team we're going to get Leon Carlson, you get right now a top first line player. It's not like a bubble. You get one over there. And there are 4 of them confirmed. Yeah, Mishkov, Carlson, Fantilli, and Bedal. This is confirmed on the table. They are going to be the top line, first line, and any team. The rest, you don't know. Some of them could become. It's just you don't know the development in the top. So,
Exactly.
great to hear
Yeah.
that, Nicholas, by the way, for this one. What Maine and Arizona. Here you go. Honestly, with Arizona situation that they are forced to play, that's a college arena. I've just embracing, and they should be just really. You know what, Mr. Tap, since October, did you hear nothing? Did you hear anything negative about the mullet from the
No, not
players,
recently.
from the team?
No.
Right? Like everybody
At the
did not
beginning,
complain
yeah.
after that. Just at the beginning, when he was not ready. But many players said the atmosphere over there is great. It's full. It's like a college team. And I'm telling you right now, I don't have anything. I understand the situation compared to 17, 18,000 people, and I understand that. But they turn around to be not no so much negative around, in my opinion, from the league perspective and the
Yeah,
players.
yeah. I mean, like I said, it doesn't have the modern commodities of arenas that we have nowadays around the league. But you're right; it's more aimed for the regular fan to go out and have a good experience, and the team has been feeding off of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that for sure. William, talk about Mr. Coach and Arta. Who do you see coming away as the champ in the Final Four this weekend?
Oh, this weekend, I got to go with Michigan. I still think Michigan is looking good, but there's three. I think, if I'm not mistaken, three number ones headed into
Three
this
of them
fourth.
are number one, and
Yeah, yeah,
the one is Boston. Boston are not. I will
right.
go with Minnesota, but do not underrated Quinnipiac. I think Minnesota is going to beat
No,
Boston,
they're
and
they're a strong
the
team.
semifinal between Michigan and Quinnipiac. Pay attention to that game. It's not a easy game for Michigan. Quinnipiac have a
No,
really
no,
good goaltender. They have a good solid player over there, experience wise. But I feel at the end, Minnesota is going to be the winner of this. They have too much talent over there, in my opinion. But you never know. It's a one game. Yeah, no tomorrow. It's a one
that's
game. You
it.
go in or you out,
Win or go home.
and you never know, Mr. Top, what could happen. So I go with what I believe, but again, I'm so many make so many bad prediction, William. So that will be interesting to watching this. Start Friday night, guys. I invite you to watching this. Before Arizona will turn things around before Montreal.
Well, they've been at it a lot longer than Montreal in terms of their rebuilding process, and they've acquired, nice prospects. They have a lot of draft picks coming up as well. Whether they'll surpass Montreal in terms of the standings next year, I doubt that. I think they're pretty much at par, to be honest with you.
Now, I'll be honest with you. Arizona is in front of Montreal. A healthy team, Montreal Canadiens, with Monahan and with everybody else in the lineup. Healthy team. I think Montreal is in front of Arizona at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because
Like,
they are, you know what I mean? Like the way they play Montreal, only one point behind them, without play with for at least 40 games without Caulfield and everybody else. I think for me, that's definitely they would be in front of Arizona. And for sure, I don't say that Montreal would be a better team than Arizona, but I think the turnaround could be a little bit more faster with Montreal versus Arizona because the youngest team they're going to get versus they're a little bit mixed over there, so Montreal. But the talent wise, I think Arizona could become better because if they pick a Fantetti or they pick a Mitch Cobb or a Bedard, a Carlson, already there is a big step over Montreal Canadiens going to select this season.
yeah, plus you got to remember Montreal already had a few promising prospects still under the Bergeron regime, and so they've just built on that. Whereas, Arizona had to strip it down right to the bottom and then start building. So that's going to take a little bit longer, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sorry that Melissa, welcome back in the house. Thank to be the National Show. We're going to go with some news, Mr. Tap.
Sure.
Not what are you looking for? Looking show for be over there. We build a graphic, so we have to get set up. Bad news, Mr. Tap. Montreal, the bad news continues to join the team now. Sean Banan, for what I said in the beginning of December, when he get back on the ice, people saw his hip. Marco said maybe he hip. No, he was a groin injury, and now he's going to be on the surgery, and would be interesting what it would be the next thing for him, but. Monahan confirmed because everybody's like, where is Monahan? So we got this right now. He's on the surgery going. Mr. Top, season over with him. Prepare for the upcoming season. For say Brazil, black shot again, the Carolina Hurricane. Again, Mr. Top, I don't get it. He got a black shot. He left the team. He went to locker room. And he returned on the ice for the third period, play normal, and then they discovered today he have a broken right ankle, or maybe the left, but whatsoever, he have an ankle broken, so he's out for the rest of the season, and then he's going to be out for 6 weeks for him. Again, interesting about that because how they cannot figure out this at the second period, so I don't get it, but that's another subject.
Oh, they probably froze it. is my guess. Because you're not going to take the X-rays in the middle of periods. He probably said, "Just freeze it. Let me go out there." He knows he's on borrowed time with Montreal, so he's trying to put his best foot forward, no pun intended, and trying to make an impression. And some of these guys will do whatever it takes, and it wasn't until they actually took the X-ray that they found out it was broken.
Yeah, possible. That's the only thing we can expect about him. So anyhow, he's out for the rest of the season. Another one on Montreal Canadiens. So the list continues. And Montreal announces Sikorsky is out for the remaining of the season for him. About that. The good news, Mr. Tap, who
Surprise!
skate for the first time?
Came back for the first time. Let me guess. I'm trying to remember who the heck is out now. We have so many. Who? Who is it?
Cole Caulfield back on the ice for 20 minutes today.
Oh,
Cole Caulfield back on the ice. Great to see that for this one over there. Who are they going to recall? This is a big question. We don't know yet, Mr. Natap. The only one they recall is Kaden Primo. So Primo is going to be the starter of the second again tomorrow. And like I mentioned during the weekend, the Montreal talk about they'll give him another start. And tomorrow night, Kaden Primo will be with the Montreal Canadiens between the Pirates again at Detroit Red Wings. For Detroit Red Wings won the last two games. Hat trick for a lock-in. So Detroit considers to get a couple more W, but that's what will happen for Kaden. Now, they can call Eamon and Eamon. That would be interesting. They can go that direction. They could call like an emergency loan. So that's not called up as a call up. But again, I'm not sure if Montreal could go that direction because the Laval Rocket race. Now, Laval Rocket, I believe they play for Wednesday night. And they play at home Montreal. So I don't know why not to bring Eneman tomorrow night for one game, look like he looked like, and then go from there. We have a really good start right now. Really good stretch with 6 goals in the last 6 games. And you have a really good half of the season with the Sweden League over there. So, again, it's a 1 month. I think he should go with that one there. I hope he can call it and not call back Anthony Richard, on my opinion, to see what he looked like. So that's what we got about Montreal. Armia put Armia because we saw Joan Armia back on the lineup Saturday, Mr. Tap. So it looks like he's part of the Montreal Canadiens. Same Armia, same thing.
oh yeah.
It is
Yeah,
what it is for
absolutely.
him about that. Thanks so much for everybody to click on the like, if you don't mind. Let's move on with a couple of things, Mr. Tap, for Montreal Canadiens, by the way. About the NHL team, guys. Washington lost yesterday. Washington upset. Washington frustrated. Washington, for the first time, don't make the playoff. Washington, they figure out about this. No contract for the coach over there. They have some players, they're starting to make some kind of change, not rebuild, but retools already at the trade deadline. Sandon, they send away Orlov, Attaway, and a couple of the players. They sign up a Strom, a long-term contract. It's the team right now, Mr. Tap, have to have a really busy offseason. Until they have Backstrom and Ovechkin, that team cannot go on rebuilding. It will be interesting to follow with
Impossible.
Evgeny Kuznetsov, because he's on the market for trade bait. So this is a team right now, Mr. Top. Brent McClellan have a really important decision to take for the next couple of weeks. So I don't know if you have anything you want to talk about the Washington Capitals.
Yeah, I think the key point you said there is they're not going to strip this down because they realize that they have Ovechkin, and they're not going to jeopardize him not having a legitimate shot at that goal record of Gretzky's. So until he decides to retire, because they're not going to obviously trade him, they could retool a little bit here and there, but they're also living in a bit of a salary cap hell, if I'm not mistaken. So the amount of stuff that they can do is very limited. With the Blues, it's not a surprise, right? They're in a slightly better situation because they have some really good young prospects that they have signed and are under contract. So they shed themselves of some money, guys like O'Reilly and so on, so that they could possibly pick up either a couple players or draft better this year. And they're going to build around that nucleus, which they do have. So I would not be surprised if the Blues start to come back up again within a year.
Yeah, the Blues would be more interested about the goaltending situation with Bennington, right? And of course, Offer. Offer is a backup, show up a lot of great potential with them the last couple of games. And we know they have Thomas Caris. Whatever they have a young rookies pick it up over there. You have a couple of players you're going to figure out like what happened with Tony Crook, Perenko. Is another one what they have to know about that. They need some little bit of rituals in the Sun Blues. They have a couple of first round pick for the upcoming draft. Will be a player you're going to trade some of them, possible. We don't know. But there'll go be an action over there. There some kind of happen about the St. Louis Blues missing tabs on the summer for sure.
By the way, Coach, I noticed you dropped Bennington in your fantasy league. Eh?
I'm not going to get him next year on my fantasy hockey about that one over there. We want to welcome Mr. Cody Benko is in the house, Mr. Tap.
Hey, welcome, Cody.
I want to mention this to you, Mr. Tap. Tonight at 9 o'clock, we are back for Ab Nation, and I want to share with you about that one there. We're going to talk about Hughes return to build, Mr. Tap. Now, he put his yellow hat and he's ready to rebuild. His season is over for him. And now he used everything, all the tools or his toolbox, the hammer, the tractor, the truck, the drill. He's ready to build, Mr. Tap. So that's what we got tonight at the Abs Nation Live tonight show. So I invite everybody to follow me live. It'll be interesting. I'm going to talk about a subject about him. So what he's building, the contract extension, the possibility trade, the NHL draft, and it's all the fun thing he can do during the summer about that. What kind of play he can targeting. So it will be really a good show tonight. I know it's a Monday night. I know it's not always easy the Monday night because it's Sunday. And that's the reason we're going to talk about this before the game tomorrow. We're going to the Detroit Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens. So that's happening about this. I want to invite, before we have two big news to mention to you, Mr. Tap. We said 47. We talk. You have a game tonight, Mr. Tap. Are you coming here talking about hockey? What's going on now? Right now, we're losing the track of the show, Mr. Tap. Right now, talking about everything else.
We could be talking about Pizzetta.
I'm getting nervous about that name anymore, about that one there. So it's the time to announce the big news of the week because it's Monday, and I want to mention this Monday. Yes. Every night we're going to talk about this. But before, let's roll. Here we go, Mr. Tap. It's time to announce, to tell us what's going on for the Hockey Nation. But let's start with this one, Mr. Tap.
Breaking news. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so, and I can't take credit for this. I got to give credit to Luciano. Came up with a great idea. Since Friday, there are no games because it's Good Friday. You'll notice that on Saturday, there's 32 teams in action. Every single team is in action on Saturday. So we are going to make sure that everybody has a chance to win this year's predictions. If you send your predictions to Luciano, and Luciano will be kind enough to give us his email, he will receive those, and I will receive his predictions as well. So everything's on the up and up. And if you score the correct prediction, you get 2 points instead of 1. And if you get the exact score, you get 3 points instead of 1. So there's an open gate and pathway for anybody to come out of the blue and win this. It's not just Yarmo or Coach or me or anybody else like Vinny. Anybody can win. So don't forget, send it in for Saturday. We'll be reminding you all week. Think about it. Look over the games for Saturday. Send it in to Luciano. He'll give us his email at some point. And then on Saturday night, he and I will go through it together.
Here we go. Yeah, no, said very clearly about that one. I'm not agree with the number of the point you gave more about the total of the point. That's the right score because I don't perform with that one. For me, it's more
It makes
important the
you
team
think.
winning.
You
I
have
think
to
we should give
think,
more points
coach.
if you select the right team and not the right score. About that. So
Okay,
you
okay,
guys,
okay.
what
Let
you
me
did,
let me.
honestly, you tried to jinx me. You and Luciano tried to catch me up. So that's only thing I can say about that. But I'm going to surprise. I'm going to get out
uh,
with the most point that night. I'm going to starting to study tonight every game about that one. Then the problem with that one for the weekend Saturday, many teams will be already out of the playoff, or many teams will be in the playoff. You're not going to see some player we're never going to play on the lineup. So what the most important thing for everybody, don't send you a result right away because you're going to have some kind of modification in the
yeah.
lineup. Some will be out for healthy reason, whatever they want to do about that. Talking about breaking news, Mr. Top, you want another one?
Let's do it.
Why not?
It's Marco's
Let me
favorite
finish
music.
saying that one over there. And here we go. I'm
Uh
back,
huh.
Mr. Natap, with
On the
Frenchie and
beach.
Thailand. It's going to be the videos will be out tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock a.m., 7 a.m. My first experience after 7 months later in Thailand. I tell you a bit more what my journey is. And this is going to be my journey now. We're going to start my second video channel more a full time. And I just want sharing with you. So, Frenchie and Thailand, Mr. Natap is back. And my first video back is what I learned after 7 months. And I don't go deep. I don't just fun things. And then I'm going to show my location. It's going to be in my next video. Will be out during the weekend. So Frenchie is back on the channel
In
of
the
Italian.
house.
So just want to mention this video. You can subscribe to the show. More information is going to be out tonight and tomorrow morning, Mr. Tap. And let's move on for the last part of the show. We have already 9 minutes to go, Mr. Tap. We have to get there. First of all, Mr. Natap, we have different thing we need to talk about this. We have the jail,
Some
by the
jail.
way. Right, we have a new place, the location for
Oh.
the jail. We get a new location because why you do that, coach? Because we have a new people. Chicago is in charge now of the jail currently. Danny, he removed his name. We have to remove the tag of Danny on the top of the ceiling of the jail, Mr. Natap, and then we got this one. I don't think so. Did I really well? Is it? I don't think is it Richard Molin? No, it's King, right?
Uh, no, no, it's King, I think.
King, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I just put Richard. It was at my
0 and
10-4,
4.
Mr. Natap. So Mr. King is that one over there is going to be there. I think you have 0-4, Mr. Natap, on that one over there. So he's going to be on the jail for the next 24 hours. The good news, we don't have anybody on the for the tomorrow. So that's good news for everybody to know that. I don't know if you're ready, Mr. Natap. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. So King is locked out for the next 24 hours. Good luck about him over there. So that we're going to go leaderboard very quickly. So give a chance for everybody to see what's going on. I know the graphic is small, but coach is lead Yamo at 526 versus 523. Like I said, ENORTAP is number 2, 523. So you can see, guys, this what they try to do is to jinx me. With Luciano, maybe Luciano is at 461. Luciano, you need better more weekend to get those W. But the winning leader are winning now. That's a 480 for 475. And then the percentage, Peter August is dominate completely over Awesome, Mr. Tap. And then the Gel and the party boss. Peter August dominate at 27. He's the only one in that top. It's pretty good. And the jail time is all about Chicago take the lead over Danny. So we go through this very quickly, but that's happening, Mr. Natap, for that situation. And we have 3 games in action, Mr. Natap. I'm done to talk about. Here we go. The Chicago is back in the house, by the way.
Hey, welcome, Nick. Okay, so very quickly, we got 6 minutes, 2 minutes each here. Minnesota, they return home after that 4-1 loss to the Vegas Golden Knights this past Saturday. And so, with a record of 44, 23, and 9, and currently first place in the Central, they're going to get another chance to take down the Golden Knights tonight in Minnesota. The Wild already have locked up a playoff spot, so it's not about that. It's about how they finish in the division. but they'll look to try and end the season on a good note heading into the playoffs. Even without their leading scorer Kaprizov in the lineup, with that shoulder injury that he's incurred, I look for the Wild to possibly struggle a little bit, but I think that there's a lot of depth on this team, and they are playing at home. So I like Minnesota to win this game by a score of 4-3.
3-2, Mr. Tap.
3-2 Minnesota.
Yeah.
Let me get that down. Minnesota 3-2. Okay, gotcha.
It'll be easy, Mr. Tap, but we take everything we take all week this week.
Except for Saturday. That's why. You see?
Philippe Castelson is Laurent Bronsois, Mr. Tap, is a goaltender. Laurent Bronsois back. We know the Vegas beat Minnesota last week, by the way.
Yeah. And next we have Nashville and Dallas. Now, Nashville, as you know, they have that game in hand over both Calgary and Winnipeg. So to say that this is a must-win for them is an understatement. I think that they're going to pretty much have to go possibly 4-1 down, no 5-1 in the last few remaining games. The key thing is they have to play Winnipeg once, and they have to play Calgary as well. They got Dallas tonight, so those are 3 tough games for Nashville. But they've surprised everybody, especially since the trades that they've made. It looked like they were packing it in for the year, but they've remained relevant in this race. Tonight we have Saros going up against Ottinger. I think Dallas, for me, is a team that we're not talking much about, and they could very well be a team that's going to present a lot of problems in the playoffs for whoever they go up against. I see them as being pretty much complete. They're strong in all aspects of the game. They now have, 2.5, 3 lines that are really moving well. Their fourth checking line is also very strong. I like what I'm seeing with Dallas, and I think this could have the potential of an overtime game, but I'm going to take Dallas to win this one by a score of 3-2.
There we go, Mr. Tap. It was very clear for me. It was 3-2 Dallas.
There you go. And right on time, here we go. Arizona in Seattle. One of 3 meetings left between these two. The rest of the way. So don't be surprised if you see some animosity being built up here. These games are important for Seattle. They're not out of the water and into the playoff 100%. And I think Arizona, if they could play spoiler, they will. Tonight we have Vejmelka against Grubauer. The Kraken really need these 2 points. They fell out of the Pacific's top 3, and as a result, their playoffs spot is not set in stone. It doesn't look likely that they'll get caught, but you never know. If this is the wrong time of the year to get into a slump or to have a losing streak, and when you play a team 3 times, that could very well sometimes materialize if you're not up for the challenge. We forget that this is only a team that's been in the league 2 years, and I think what they've accomplished this year is quite remarkable. But we'll see if they can hang on to this last playoff spot themselves. Obviously, the Kraken have plenty of added incentive to come out and pour it on tonight. Fortunately, they have plenty of advantages in this game, as well as in the following 4 games in the next week. The Coyotes have been very pesky this year, but recently, they've been in a sort of a downward spiral, and that's normal. Obviously, they're at the end of the year, and we're seeing that with all the teams that are at the bottom of the league. They've dropped seven games. They have a goal differential of -14 in those games. That's an average loss of two goals per game. So things aren't looking good, but I think this will be a close game. But I think Seattle at home should come out on top. I'm going to take them by a score of 4-2.
4-2, Mr. Tap. I don't know. I'm stuck with 3-2, Mr. Tap, tonight.
Seattle 3-2.
Yep.
Same teams. Okay.
That's what happened about that one with them, Mr. Tap. That concludes all the 3 games we got on this program tonight. Before we get busy tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, Mr. Tap, with the NHL. A couple of minutes before we leave, Mr. Tap, I just want to give you a couple of information what's going on about, first of all, Connor Bedard is on mission. You have 8 points the last 2 games, and they will lead 2-0 in the playoff. We know his team are not a great team. And WHL is an average team, but he carry on that team on his shoulder and now is on mission. It'll be interesting if they can pass the first round. And Joshua Watt with the Sherbrooke Phoenix won the 2 games. The Gatineau did the same thing with Roddy Kidney, 6-point game, and they destroyed their opponent team. And continuous about this. Don't forget the NCAA, Mr. Tap, the Final Four this weekend in Tampa. Friday, watching those 2 games, and then the final will be Sunday. If you want to watch this game, it's going to be it's fun a network. You can look about this for sure. And definitely, we don't talk about this, but Chris Letang got his 1,000 game in the NHL, Mr. Tap. So I think those kind of milestones is not easy. It takes durability, it takes stability, it takes consistency. And that's what Green Letang had been with the Pittsburgh Penguins for many, many years with that team. And I just want to mention about Chris Letang, his 1,000 game, about that one over there. And I want to mention everybody in the chat. We thank you so much, Mr. Tap. That'll be another one. William, the Predator, I think they are count days at last game. I think the Predator, the problem is their schedule. I think they face to a very difficult schedule for the rest of the season for them. One is very important game again. It will be the Winnipeg Jet, Mr. Tap, and I think they play, and then Winnipeg play Calgary at some point too. So, what are you looking for, Mr. Tap, tonight?
Well, of course, the Minnesota game is extremely important for them. Vegas, it'll be a tight game, and Seattle, can they shake Arizona off their back?
For me, it's a team like Nashville need to win that W against Dallas. Absolutely about this for no them. Options. It's really important. You want to stay in the race for sure. Minnesota, Vegas, for me, it's just for Minnesota to stay in the top position on the Central Division. That would be very important for them. And finally, for Seattle, just consider winning those games again for them, because they whatever they are in the playoff, they're still close, getting closer with Winnipeg Jet and the rest of the team. So they can win tonight. I think for Seattle Kraken will be really difficult for the rest of the team. Every game right now, Mr. Tap, are important. You get your 2 points. It's one in the bank, and there are not many in the bank anymore for any other opponent team. So Winnipeg, at the end of the day, Mr. Tap, are in control about their own situation. Same thing for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Those teams are in front of other teams. And if they are winning the rest of the season, nobody can catch them. So that's be the right thing. So they don't have to need help, right? The Florida need help. The Calgary need help. And the Nashville need help. And I think that's the way I can sharing this with you. So that's great. Congratulate another great warm-up show. It's not that we are now on the countdown. 9 to go. That's what we got on that show. We did that for over 2 years. And I can wait to continue to be with you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock p.m. Until then, Mr. Tap, we need to tell you this one more thing, because you need to hear that one more time. You never heard that before.
You are awesome.
That's all.
You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
You have greatness inside of you, like Rick Bengal and Danny T. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much to be a part of the show tonight. Another warm-up show. We are back at 9 o'clock p.m. Bring your drill, your bat, your hat, because we're going to rebuild the Montreal Canadian tonight with Ken Hughes. And then until then, Mr. Anton, we want to remind everybody, of course, thank to all the moderators. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to click on the like. And one more thing for Mr. ENORTAP at the end of the Monday night. Be careful. Be careful, White Nissan. We saw you right now. The rest of you just stop by at the Dunkin' Donuts. Don't hit too much donuts for the rest of your trip in Orlando, Mr. ENORTAP. And then we have to say, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, find a way to dominate the first half of what, Mr. ENORTAP?
Your 2023.
He did it again. An amazing, great night, everybody. Don't forget, 9 o'clock p.m. We are back with App Nation Live Tonight Show.
All right. Good night, everyone.